Hello, and welcome to a short review of the Bachmann Class 5. The logo comes packed in the box that Bachmann have been using for the last 10 years or so. It's on basically all their modern releases. It comes in the block of ice packaging that is basically on all modern locomotives you will see. In the detail pack, there is a pair of 3-link couplings, which is really nice. So, on first impressions, the loco looks rather good. It's in that wonderful, that very smart 1948 British Railways transitional black, and it just looks wonderful. It is a very smart looking livery. On the front of the loco, you can see a little hole in the buffer beam where you put the 3-link couplings. Now, the entire running board on this loco is metal, which gives it a good bit of weight. On the smokebox door, you can see printed very nicely is the running number and the shed code. The loco features sprung buffers. There is a very nicely moulded suspension spring on the running board. However, one complaint I have with this loco is around the smokebox door you can see a rather peculiar seam. Now, I believe this is because the loco has two different smokebox doors, depending on which variant you buy. So that's probably just there so they can swap them out easily depending on which model it is. There is a nice metal safety valve and a nice metal whistle. Inside the cab, there is some very nicely fitted detail, which I think looks quite impressive. The cab does have glazing, but there are these quite ugly sort of bits that come out of the side of the glazing to the point where it makes no sense to do it as separately fitted, and it would probably have been easier and even arguably less ugly to make the moulded glazing all one piece. Luckily, the cab is quite enclosed, so it's really not that obvious. There is some riveting on the coal bunker, and at both ends there is a separately fitted vacuum pipe. The buffer beam at the back does also have sprung buffers. The NEM pocket actually sticks out past the buffer beam. Now, this is just because of the positioning of the rear axle, and there was no real way to do anything about it. So, I'm quite impressed with this model. It's pretty nicely detailed, and it was about £94. Now, for a model like this, I think £94 is pretty good. It was on bargain. Now, usually these are about £140 for this livery, which, yeah, I don't think that's a good price. It is pretty expensive for £140 considering what it is. But for £90 or so, whatever you can find it for, it's pretty good. Rails of Sheffield, I believe, still have these for about £100. But yeah, they're pretty nice. I rather like it, and if you can find one for a reasonable price, I think it's a pretty good model to buy. Now time for some running.